Hi everyone, welcome back to Lifting the Lamp. I'm Frata Eleftheria, and it's been a few weeks since the Matthew Brown incident happened and my response, but things are still happening around that. I'm still getting asked to talk about it on podcasts, and there's still people approaching me about it, and so it's very much something that's still playing out in my life. There has been a lot to unpack with the connections that have been drawn by that post and the implications of certain things that have been said. So it's been a very deep rabbit hole for me to delve down into, and there's been a lot of things to unpack along the way. And there's still more to be said about this incident, this post by Matthew Brown, which has caused quite a stir on the internet and brought a lot of attention towards me on this channel. And tonight I'm going to deliver a bombshell reveal about some details in the lead up to that incident, which demonstrate, in my opinion, that there is actually something magical behind the eruption of support that I've got and attention that I've got as a result of Matthew Brown's ex-post. The growth in my channel over the past few weeks has been nothing short of providential, particularly when you consider that my channel was not in a good way directly before then, and this latest surge in interest has kind of saved it in the long term. So why do I attribute the recent interest in my channel to something magical? Well, allow me to explain. You might remember, if you've been following this channel for a while, that earlier this year, early April, I did a video where I was demonstrating a bit of angelic magic, which was an invocation of the angel Sandalfon. And I demonstrated the ritual that I had come up with for invoking Sandalfon, with a bit of inspiration from Damien Eccles' book on invoking angels. That one there. And so I showed you that, and then I asked Sandalfon to deliver a message to the viewers of that video that I could pass on to all of you, because the angel Sandalfon is one who propagates a message to humanity. That's one of the things that Sandalfon can do. And you might recall, if you were paying attention in that video, that towards the end I said that I'm going to wrap up this session communicating with you, Sandalfon, but after that I'm going to ask you something in private, which pertains to my own personal path. What you might not have known is that when I did that second part of the ritual, where I was asking for something personally, I kept the camera rolling, and I've got footage of it. And that's what I'm going to share with you tonight, because it's actually quite remarkable. This is something I've been sitting on for a few weeks now and been waiting to see how things develop before I share it. But now I must, because it is an incredible demonstration that magic works. Why do I say that? Because, as you'll see from this footage, when I had a private audience with Sandalfon, when it was just me asking for things that affect me directly, what I asked was for a exponential growth in my channel sometime that year, so that I could set myself up well for my plans the following year. And that is precisely what has happened as a result of the Matthew Brown stuff, as well as other things that have happened in my spiritual life in the last few weeks. And perhaps the reason why Sandalfon did what I asked was because I wasn't asking for myself. I was asking for a growth in my channel for a very specific purpose, which relates to something that the Enochian angels have asked me to do, and my holy guardian angel has asked me to do, which is to eventually publish the revelations or communications that I received when I was doing ritual workings with them. And so everything that I've been doing with my channel has been, in some sense, laying the groundwork for enough people to be following the channel for those communications when they're published to reach as many interested people as possible. So my motives for the channel's growth were quite altruistic in that respect. I was just obeying something else that the angels had asked me to do and trying to make that more effective when I was asking for something from Sandalfon. But what a wonderful confirmation, and what a wonderful fulfillment of that prayer that I made in the last few weeks. And it may still be continuing. Things may still be on the horizon that cause the current situation to snowball further. But something is definitely happening. Not only do more people know about my channel, and that has grown exponentially compared to the previous weeks or even months, you could say, but an increasing number of people are starting to look at me differently. They're starting to see me and push me forward, whether I'm ready or not, as some kind of spiritual leader that can guide people through this challenging period that we're living in, this apocalyptic time in which we're living. Somebody who can reveal previously unknown spiritual truths to the human race, and who can act as a kind of spokesperson for those who inhabit the heavenly realm. Whatever Wittgensteinian language game you want to use to try and explain what that might be, whether you're from the UAP community and you see that as extra-dimensional, or you're religious and you see that as angelic, whatever. There is a growing awareness that there is something greater than ourselves that is guiding us and helping us, and I'm part of the process of people coming to understand that, apparently. And understanding that people can talk to angels, and that the angels can give us teachings to resuscitate civilization at key points in human history, is a part of the awakening process that humanity is going through, and part of what I will teach people when I publish my book next year. So now I'm going to show you the footage, and you'll be able to see that it is cut from exactly the same video that I shot as part of my invocation to Sandalfon video. You can put them side by side and see that it's exactly the same. And that video was shot on the 3rd of April this year, so well before any of the Matthew Brown stuff happened. And nobody could have guessed that it would happen at that point. And it's a very candid video, because I originally wasn't going to publish this footage, and so it's very raw and personal, the way that I talk to Sandalfon, but it's very authentic and very from the heart. And, you know, a heartfelt plea to understand my life's purpose and to bring that to fruition sooner rather than later, because I can't wait, and frankly, the world can't wait either. So, without further ado, here is the never-before-seen footage from the Sandalphon Working that proves that magic works, that proves that angels can intervene in our lives in accordance with God's plan, and which proves that the sudden growth in interest towards my channel has got a divine source behind it. So, here it is. Well, I thank you, Sandalfon, and there are things that I want to discuss with you, but I thank you on behalf of those who have watched until now for this message, and I hope that these blessings that you have given us will be able to uplift our hearts. I bid you thank you again, Sandalfon, and for those watching, goodbye.
now, Sandalfon. There is something that I would like to ask you. You are the prophet Elijah. You must appear in the world and prepare the way. Well, Sandalfon, I have read the signs. And I know, do not believe I know, that the end approaches. And so I believe that it is time now for you to descend down as you have now and to go forth from here into the world and prepare the way. Sandalfon, one of the things that you can do is to help a message propagate throughout the world. And that is what you can do to prepare the way. That is precisely what you can do. I have the Book of Heavenly Voices. It is almost done. It would be done within a matter of weeks if I only had the time. And then all I need to do is set up a way of self-publishing. Again, a few more weeks. It won't take me long. But what I do need, I need to be in a position to be able to. I've got a foot in both camps at the moment. The world is trying to engulf me and is trying to destroy my soul. I need to escape the clutches of the world, and I need to be raised up by God, to be able to depend only on Him and the gifts that He has given me to make my way in this world, and to require nothing from the world, as indeed was your situation as Elijah. And in order for me to do that, there's only one thing that can happen, and that is for my YouTube channel and eventually the business ventures associated with that to grow. That point, it is on the horizon. I predict it will happen next year sometime, maybe the year after, but it's not happening quickly enough. I need to be discovered in Sandalfon. There's always a point where a gradual raise in temperature eventually leads to the boiling of the pot, where the filling of the cup leads to the cup overflowing with water. I need the cup to overflow. I need the dam to break. I need my message to break out into the world and to become known. None of this 1,000 followers every few weeks, waiting for things to build up. No, I need to suddenly be known to a greater number of people, and I need my channel to become a focus for spiritual people everywhere. Eventually, but what I need to gather in those who are searching. I need them to be looking my way when I deliver the revelation. And there's not long now. I have until September next year to deliver the revelation. That is the ultimatum that I've been given. That's not my timetable. And so, I really need this to happen this year. I need things to break in a way that this year I grow suddenly and dramatically enough. I need to blow up, as they say. Maybe not go viral, but I need to blow up this year, figuratively speaking. I need my channel to suddenly balloon so that I can do what I was meant to do here. I'm sick of waiting. I've been waiting 20 years. It's time for me to step into the role that I was always meant to have. Be the person that I was always meant to be. And you can help me, Sandalfon, by bringing the people to me, and gathering them to me, so that I can live off of the grace of God alone. In the name of God, can you do what I ask, and do you agree? Will you go back to God and give me a sign? Good. Yeah, give me a sign, yay or nay. Good. Okay, Sandalfon, I thank you for your time, and goodbye.
So that's pretty wild, huh? And after I did that Sandalphon working, I looked out for a sign that God had said yes to what I had asked Sandalphon to pass on to God. My request to Sandalphon to pass on to God. And I did get a sign in response in the days that followed. I was driving down the highway, and it was a very cloudy afternoon on one particular day, and there were all these rays coming through the clouds, like hundreds of sunbeams coming down. You know, the ones that look like, they look like a pillar of light coming down, just hundreds of them. And it was beautiful. And, it was like God was smiling on me. So I knew then that my prayers, my fervent prayers to Sandalphon, to intercede on my behalf to God would go on to be answered. And indeed they have. And indeed they still are. So I'm glad that I got to share this with you. And that was not the only sign that came about in the period between when I invoked Sandalphon and when the Matthew Brown stuff first broke. In fact, the day before, my YouTube analytics just went through the roof. I came home one day and found that there was a white feather at the front door. Just perfectly placed at the front door, like an Amazon package. And, it was a perfect, pure white feather. And I know that for some people that can be a sign of the presence of something angelic as well. And things are in motion now. Sandalphon is preparing the way. Sandalphon has been preparing the way and continues to do so. And I've been reflecting on the success of the Sandalphon working and how it proves, together with so many other things that have come to light over the past few weeks, that angels are real and that they're intervening in our lives and they're trying to guide us through these turbulent times to a better time. And it's given me renewed faith it's given me renewed faith in the future of this channel, and it's given me renewed faith in the future of us all. If we just look up, if we look to the heavens, and walk a path that is of the Spirit and not of this world, then we'll be on the right path. And we've got some incredible guides to help us get there. So I hope that you have enjoyed this video. If you did, then please leave a like, subscribe to my channel to support my work. If you want to support me further, you can hit join or thanks down below. Join to become a member, thanks to give me super thanks, or you can buy my merch. There will be a link somewhere on this video, whether it's in the description or if I can get the other YouTube stuff to work. But that's another way that you can support me too. But thank you again for listening, and I'll see you next time.